I think the Warlock's gonna be good here. Maybe, hopefully.
I think it could work.
I think it could work. I think this Medusa could also go completely crazy in this game too, because
it's hard to tell.
It's really hard to actually get in and do damage on him.
Go 40 plus.
Indeed, the lanes at the moment, nothing too out of the ordinary. It is indeed, as you talked about, is that kind of dual combination up top with the Darks here and the Ricky. Bottom lane, Moon receiving a fair bit of harassment. At top lane, they actually might be able to get themselves first button. Indeed, they will. Oh, OG, they're going to find themselves one, and Darks here now left on his own. They'll just take themselves a second. So, I mean, as soon as we talk about this off-lane combination, Misery, it shouldn't be off to a start like that, should it?
But that was what I said, right? You can go there, level 1, and contest, but it's kind of what we did against Liquid yesterday as well with Bounty Hunter Daxia. If it fails, you're very far, like you feel very far behind.
Yeah, and for the offlaner, getting it from when the neutral denies there. Does that really make much difference to the offlane, or is that very negligible?
I think it's, I think it helps offlaner slightly, but I don't think it changes on how the game is played. Like in that sense, it was already at that point where people were contesting the off.
They're putting on no tail. It's meaning they're starting to fall behind at the Shadow slot. 14 for 3 in their own safe lane compared to no tail's 10 for 3. Trying to make a little bit of a go again onto the Ricky. They're going to move in. They've got the dust, but Ricky actually jumping out in time. But with the backup of the Kitty Cat healing ward. But the off lane for OG. Moon doesn't want to go to the jungle quite yet.
It's the same reason that the wings are staying up here too. Like they already wasted a century at dust. Like they're having to expend mana on early game.
Forcing Tusk to run around.
Mid lane,
right.
Yeah, moving in, they're able to get crit in with the snowball and the shards. No escape for the Jug. OG picking themselves up a third kill, and this lane really is going to go strength from strength.
See, maybe Slack even going for a blink deck at this game.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if anyone even does that anymore. But like they could take the fighting to OG maybe earlier than they would expect OG, and then the Juggernaut is still very strong with spin and healing ward.
Crit dancing around Vice size. It's obviously not expecting the Ricky to be here if Wings do decide to make a go. They're thinking about it, trying to bring Shadow across as well, and already the TP reactions are there. Shadow looking to move, and he's not going to commit for that one. Moon's coming on the axe, and Wings already starting to back off. Moon won't be able to catch anyone, but he does save the life of Crit there with his presence. Top lane, might actually see some action as well, but well, bottom, Moon actually gets the call off. The Snake coming through as well. Shadow is being healed up though by the Shadow, and it's not going to be...
That's a huge kill on the Slark there.
Yeah,
Axe
double damage.
A ton of experience. Slark gets slowed down heavily while he was completely free farming. And Miracle gets accelerated. With the Jug dying mid and the Slark dying bottom, that's very, very detrimental to Wings' early game plan. But still, they just need to get their level 6s on the Warlock, and then that's their main timing.
And they're going to find someone else here by the looks of it with the nuke. And again, the right click from the Drow Ranger. A 5th kill for OG.
Lane XP, I guess they found the big camp as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Warlock is actually pretty key in this game. They need to take a fight with this third Warlock ultimate.
Is that
No, I don't know if it is on stream, but we keep getting some interference coming through. Here we go, Moon. He's moving in aggressively here. He's going to spot the Darks here. Wings have already got TPs coming through. Let's see how they play around this one. Moon gets the call on to 2, trying to bring them back with the smoke screen. Now there's the Golem drop. They're looking for No Tail. Moon's already falling low as Shadow and Innocence focus him. They'll take down the axe. No Tail getting himself out of there. He's got the backup of the rest of OG. And going too aggressive for their own. Turn this into a tier 1 push as well. And in fact, Crit. Oh, he's found Blink. He's managed to find him with the dust, and Jug taken out. Thought he could be a little bit sneaky with the Invis Room. Was it going to be the case? And OG find a kill and return. And that's going to be the end of the push here from Wings as the TP outs are already happening. In fact, the Golem might end up going down as well to OG as they'll look to chase it down here.
It's just sliding. Look at it, it doesn't even walk. This Golem actually just slides.
Easy plus 100, so...
It's just Roshan, right? They're just gonna walk in there and kill Rosh, like... Warlock ultimate, like... And I mean, that's a good reason to why Warlock isn't picked much, is because his ultimate has so long cooldown. It's like, what is it, 160, I think?
It's something ridiculous. Yeah, 165 all levels as well.
Yeah, and like, it's still on cooldown for like 50 seconds right now. It's pretty sad. And they killed 1 axe, you know?
Yeah, you said, you look at OG's lineup, what kind of long cooldowns are they playing around? None at all. They're just ready to go.
Yeah, an interesting choice as well for, I mean, like Dragonlance on Drow, obvious, and then, but they're just pretty much just tanking up and going these early game items, and then you just know that they're gonna fight this 5-man. Like, of course, he's going Blink Deck on Axe, but I mean, I wouldn't even be against just going Vanguard first and just run, be
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Just play to the strength of the lineup.
Yeah. But I mean, Blink, like, it doesn't really matter what he does, honestly. He can just be an Axe there. Blink Dagger is nice too, because now they have a way of catching when they go for towers. So if anybody's out of position, they will just...
Do cause the Slark and the Jug, can that work? Or will OG always have the edge just because of their superior firepower at this stage?
Dire's structures.
I mean, as long as they don't all get caught out, like you want to kill Oracle first, but you're also gonna have to back off because of Stone Gaze. You also want to kill Dry Ranger because she has Aegis at this point. So I don't think they have the damage to burst anyone down very quickly, which is a little bit troublesome as well.
Ideally, resetting a fight is pretty good though with the Slark. So they probably want those fights to last a bit, but they want to be able to get the Oracle out.
Oh, with these dusts, I mean, he's finding innocence as easy as pie, and he's been caught out. They'll take the Rookie. A little bit unfortunate for them that they weren't able to get the Jug, as it did look like Blink was in a bit of a spot of bother. But OG, they finally killed nonetheless, still maintaining their control in this game, putting the pressure on the tier 2 bottom. Shadow, with the Echo, is starting to push onto a tier 2 himself, and he's managed to get up to 1800 gold on top of the Echo, so it certainly does seem to have had an effect on his farm speed. And as we can see, he's only 300, 700 behind the 2 cores of OG, so the Slark is still keeping up with the tempo of the game here.
Can he only do the Echo Saber on carries that have HP regen? In terms of a replacement, like you mentioned.
In terms of replacement, yeah.
You go on life stealer too, right? And he kind of has some kind of way of healing himself.
Yeah, I guess you could. People don't do it on Jug, I guess. Although I guess in theory it could work. Not that you would.
I mean, I've seen it on Jug a few times. I just don't. Maybe it's just not. It's just not the hero to do it on. Not sure. Anyways, there's a high ground push. High ground attempt happening.
See how Wings can hold this. Interesting as well, that the fact that OG do just let the Slark continue to have all this space. So OG really wanting to go all in on this, and we'll see how successful it is. They'll manage to force out the fortification. Shadowblade now is the pickup from Slark. He's headed back to the fountain, so we'll see if he's able to catch anyone out on OG with that. No-Tail taking down the tier 3. Now trying to keep Wings at bay. Shadow's moving in with the Shadow Blade. Let's see if he can catch him off guard. Turns towards No-Tail. Miracle immediately popping the Stone Gaze, forcing Wings to back up. So the initial Shadow Blade usage is not going to gather too much in favor of the side of Wings. They are holding back OG. Ice does of course have the Golem available if OG want to stick around and go for more. No-Tail still with the Aegis. Moon with that blink ready to catch anyone that he spots. It certainly seems at the moment the Wings are having a trouble trying to slow this down. No-Tail still having free range on the Rax's Shadow. Comes in again with the Shadow Blade onto Miracle. Knows there's no Stone Gaze. Whilst the Shadow Dance continues to move in now, turns back towards No-Tail. No-Tail getting himself out of there. And again, Wings just don't seem to have the damage to do this. They're still yet to commit the vacuum, the wall, the golem. They're still all available. No-Tail having the heal stacked onto him. White Fly jumping in again, immediately pushing Shadow back. Innocence, here we go. Ice drops the golem down. OG now starting to scatter, falling back, but as we can see, just no damage is being done to OG at all, and they'll just turn around, take down the golem. Nice 165-second cooldown. And OG, they just don't seem to be phased at all by Wings, and Wings just seemed unable to dent the armor at this side.
Yeah, it's looking pretty rough. Right, at least the Aegis is out, but they kind of don't have much to go on here. There's still Oracle Ultimate, and X hasn't really used the core yet, so it's...
Oh, and there we have it. There's your call into the dunk, and that slug down. He went all in on the burst, just took the Shadow Blade out for 40 seconds. 18 minutes in, they're going to call it. It's all over. GG, well played. OG may have been beaten down early in the tournament by Wings, but this game one at the grand finals, it just never came together for Wings. I mean, was it the draft? Was it the play? Where did it all go wrong? So he's saying we're not going to see Dragon for the rest of the series. You got to ban it. Wings now respect the fact that OG can pull it off so well. Because you were saying, Ben, obviously the fact that you don't understand if OG were really scared of Wings.
I think because when we saw the draft yesterday, whenever OG were first pick, they still banned out the Drow Ranger. So maybe yesterday they weren't comfortable enough picking it first phase, but now